Hey guys and gals, Flip Man here. So I'm bringing you another whiteboard. So today I'd like to talk to you about how to find deals in a changing market. So we all know, we've heard in the news, we've heard what's going on in the economy. A great thing for us as real estate investors, we could pivot, right? So we want to talk about that pivot today because things are changing, which is good for us because last year, for example, guys, in Arizona, we had about 27% appreciation. So that looks phenomenal on paper, but guess what? That couldn't sustain itself. So what's happening right now is we're stabilizing. So it's just part of economics. As you guys know, inflation, gas prices, food prices, and then also what's happening when you have inflation rise, mortgage rates rise. So the last few years, we've had tremendous rates, 2.75, 3% owner-occupied financing, 3% investor financing, 4% investing financing. That's not a typical market. So right now, the mortgage rates are rising and it's been a seller's market, right? So what does that mean, a seller's market? So that means that sellers were pretty much listing their price all over the country, listing their properties on the MLS, multiple listing service. There were price wars. So people were bidding up properties, they were waiving appraisals, they were waiving inspections, and that's no longer happening, guys, because of the shift with inflation, with the rising mortgage rates. So when we used to list a property last year, we get multiple offers the first day. Now we may get an offer, the first week or 30 days later. So it's taking longer to sell your properties now, which it's more traditional, guys. So selling them overnight and getting bid up by 50,000, 100,000, that's not normal. So the great thing is, guys, there is a big demand for housing, especially affordable housing. So back in 2008, 2009, when we had the financial collapse, the financial crisis, no one was building. That continued till, I believe, 2012, and then the national builders, the local builders started building homes. So there's land out there in a lot of parts of the country, especially Arizona, Texas. There's states that have a lot of land, and a lot of people come in there. So these folks don't have a place to stay because there's not enough housing. It's an interesting dynamic. So we're in a good spot, guys. What do you guys got to do as investors? What have I done as an investor to shift my strategy, my market plan? What we're doing right now is we're going back to some creative financing. I learned that years ago from my mentor back in 05. We did a ton of lease options. We did a ton of subject twos. We did a ton of wraps. So I have all that paperwork. So when we go into a distressed home, a distressed seller, there's a number of techniques that we could do without even actually owning the home. So that's good for us as investors. But guys, make sure you learn the creative financing strategies. Get good paperwork, get it from a lawyer. That's very important to have your paperwork ready when you go in to see a distressed seller. Right now, I know there's some wholesalers out there that bought up these properties a few months back. They paid just what they needed to pay at that time, but since the market shifted, now they're going back and renegotiating as wholesalers because that property that they locked down a month ago is no longer valued the same way. But if they had a deep discount, they're fine. But if they had not the best discount, they're going back and asking the seller for a deeper discount. So that's good for us. We're able to buy with deeper discounts. Another point, guys, make sure you know your exit strategy when you're getting into the deal, because that's really how you make your money. It's when you buy it and then you know how you're going to exit. So we have a multitude of exit strategies. There's plan A, plan B, plan C. That's what I suggest. Have multiple exit strategies. That's very important. One of the great things with this community, we're all very connected. And if you're not, if you're just beginning, you need to connect to your local meetups. There's free meetups for you guys. There's a lot of information out there. Thankfully, the pandemic has slowed, so there's meetups nowadays. Learn from the meetups, guys, and they're gonna be talking about this subject because it's a hot topic right now, right? So go to meetups, pick people's brains, ask great questions. No question's a dumb question. I always Told my kids that, so ask any question because you want to know as much as you can and be educated. Man, this I can't stress enough. Find a mentor. When I went through the financial collapse 2008, 2009, I already had a mentor, but he was my business partner and he went through 3 recessions. This was the worst, but without my mentor, I don't know what I would have done because he was very instrumental in liquidating a lot of our properties, and it was a very hard time. So find that mentor, lock in with someone that has been through the tough times. They could guide you so you don't make the same mistakes as they did. Finally, stay updated, guys. So there's tons of information on YouTube. Really get the data from your title companies. Have all that local data from the multiple listing service so you could track the numbers and see what the shifts are, see what people are paying for certain areas. I could tell you right now, guys, I am getting so many deals in Scottsdale, Arizona. If you want to buy in Scottsdale, you're gonna have so many deals to pick through. Make sure you make the right financial choice on which one to go with in Scottsdale, because Scottsdale is a great place, but that community overinflated. So there's a lot of guys right now nervous trying to sell off their portfolio of short-term rentals in Scottsdale because they went up so much and they may have got loans and over leveraged. So look for deals in Scottsdale, but be selective, guys. You have a lot of opportunity right now. That's the whiteboard for today, guys. Share it with your friends, like it. Let us know what whiteboard you'd like to see, and we'll see you on the next whiteboard. Peace.